Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time around, it's the Disney Plus series, The Mysterious Benedict Society. It's actually in the middle of the Mysterious Benedict Society going on right now, but that's what we're going to do. So let me take care of some business first, then we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. Basically, YouTube takes the elements of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos, my vast video library, and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. I just changed it out just before I came on here. And also have all the links to my social media. So Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and all the links to my pages. So this YouTube channel page, my Facebook page, and a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. All right. So, as promised, this is going to be the spoiler-free portion of this. So there's no spoilers here at this point. I originally, so before I get started here, originally I was going to do Monsters at Work, the Disney Plus series Monsters at Work, but that was such a boring piece of shit. I could not even get behind it, even to slam it for how bad it was. I mean, that was the most unfunny. I don't even think kids would laugh at that thing. I know it was geared towards kids and everything, but it was just so dull and so lifeless of a show that it's not even worth mentioning like I just did right here. Stay away from it. It's just really shitty. It's not worth your time on that one. But the Mysterious Benedict Society is another series that is here on Disney Plus, which stars. You have a kid. It's a kid show. I'm going to say this out right now. It's a kid show. It's geared squarely at kids. Tony Hale stars in it. He actually has a dual role in this. Kristen Shaw is in it as well. Mamaya Boafa. I've never heard of her before, but I like her. She's actually really good. Ryan Hurst, of course, who is from Sons of Anarchy. He's in this as well. And then you've got a pretty good kid cast, I have to admit, in all of this. And what this is about, the kids are a group of orphans that are recruited by a mysterious benefactor to essentially save the world, is what you have something called the emergency that's happening. No one really knows what it is. There's just a pervading sense of dread. And these kids need to go on a spy mission, if you will, to find out what's going on. And only they can do it because of the unique circumstances of where they have to go. Only children are allowed there, so they have to go there. And I have to admit, I mean, it was just on Disney Plus. It was there. I happened to click on it. And I'm like, what's this? Tony Hale was what kind of drew me into it, right? And for being a kids gear, this is something I would have wanted to watch as a kid. It actually is a smart show. It is fun on top of it as well. It's got some pretty good dialogue. I have to admit, the writing's actually fairly well done. The production of it is actually really well done as well. There's a timelessness and fairy tale quality to it at the same time. It's hard to describe unless you see it. And they just do a really damn good job. That's all I can say. And Tony Hale is excellent in it. Kristen Shaw is great as well. Pretty much everyone is really good in this cast. One of the child actresses, by the way, that just makes me laugh every time she's on is the character is Constance Contraire, played by Marta Kessler. There we go. And she's just very Russian in the way she presents things, and very matter-of-factly, and also kind of bleak sometimes too, which you would not see in a children's show that often, which is kind of interesting, and it's refreshing. I can say this much: if you got the attention of this old bastard who could watch this and actually look forward to the weekly episodes and seeing what's going to happen next, then you've done a good job already, is what I'm going to say at that point. It's fun. It's got a good story to it, and it's engaging. It's not boring, unlike Monsters at Work. Apple Crow says, so it's not even worth the time of making it, and it's worth your time. Yeah, exactly. Apple Crow. Monsters at Work is not even worth is it worth your time? That's how boring that is. So yeah, it's definitely, the Benedict Society is definitely worth your time. Give it a shot, and see what you think. I mean, it might not be everyone's cup of tea, and if you have kids and stuff like that, this is aimed squarely at kids. Like I said, you'll have fun watching along with it. It won't be that mindless kid direct that every parent dreads when they're watching it. Oh fuck, man, we're gonna have to watch this 50 times. This actually has some good story to it, and well acted, fun, irreverent. It's got some crazy stuff to it too, which is really good. I liked it. This last episode actually made me laugh, which I'll get into in a little bit here. So, with that said, with the non-spoiler section out of the way, spoiler alert, I am going to be talking about spoilers from here on out. If you have not seen the series or the episodes, go away. Go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comments section. Okay? Yes. And yes, I know this is a kid show that I'm talking about, and I'm having my middle finger up there, but hey, you know how my fucking show works. I also have it, not made for kids either at that point. So all my videos are, non-children friendly, because I'm not, I'm non-children friendly. There we go. So yeah, Tony Hale, every now and then, if I'm just, if I look away from the screen and I'm hearing his voice, I get Dr. Psycho in my head from Harley Quinn, and I'm expecting him to go off on a fucking rampage, and it's hilarious. So he plays a dual role, Mr. Benedict, who of course recruits the children to go to this island, and where the signal is coming from, that's creating the emergency, if you will. And he also plays his twin brother, Dr. Curtin, who is on the island, who is creating the emergency. And for what nefarious reason, we don't know as of yet. But the mystery keeps deepening every week, because we're seeing more and more things. The children are getting deeper and deeper into the school, becoming a part of it. Dr. Curtin is becoming suspicious of them, but not really letting on about that. And in the meantime, Mr. Benedict and his people, like number 2, Christian Shaw, Rhonda, and Milligan, are all, they're trying to find ways of communicating with the children without ratting the children out, on the island. So it's very interesting. And also, I forgot to mention in the non-spoiler version, so if you get caught, your mind gets wiped. It gets blanked, if you will. And you don't know what your name is, you don't know who you are, all that kind of stuff. You do retain some of your abilities, whatever you were good at, but that's about it. And yeah, and that's what happens to Milligan. Milligan is someone that they had found who doesn't know who he is, but he has all these abilities and things like that. He might have been an agent at one point looking into Dr. Curtin. They don't know, but now he works for Mr. Benedict, and kind of a jack of all trades, if you will. And number 2, Christian Shaw, and that's her name, is number 2, which it makes me kind of laugh. You get they're out in the woods, like hiding out in the woods, because Dr. Curtin had sent assassins after them, and they're hiding out in the woods, and number 2 has built them a log cabin out of everything that's around them, with electricity and a full kitchen. She cooks gourmet meals from everything they catch out there. I mean, like I said, it's ridiculous in a sense, but it's funny ridiculous, just the way they go about this. And that's kind of what's endearing about this show. They've got a good balance of the ridiculousness and also the mystery of the show as well. And like I said, Constance Contraire just makes me laugh. She is very, very dark and she's the youngest out of the group too, which is it makes me laugh. You have Rainey Muldoon, who is pretty much the leader of the group, the unspoken leader of the group, and we actually start off with him and kind of follow him more than anything else. You also have Kate with Weathera, and she is a circus performer. She's basically had run away, had gone to the circus, and hers are more physical abilities rather than mental abilities like Rainey. And then there's Sticky Washington, who has memorized the encyclopedia and pretty much has a photographic memory. So yeah, that's your rounded out group of kids. So it's a very interesting little world that they've built here. Um, I recommend it. I mean, I really do recommend it, especially if you reach the end of everything on Netflix, Disney Plus, and all that stuff, and you're wondering what to watch next. This is actually a good thing to kind of sit back and relax. It's only, the episodes are an hour long. I don't know how many episodes they're going to have, actually. Let me see here. I'm looking at right now. So they're on episode 5 right now. And I love the title. The title of episode 5 is The Art of Conveyance and Round Trippery. So yeah, so the titles of the episodes: A Bunch of Smart Orphans is the first one. Carrying a Bird, which actually refers to something in the episode. Depends on the Wagon is the third one. A Whisper, Not a Shout is the fourth one, and of course, The Art of Conveyance and Round Trippery is the fifth one. It looks like it's 8 episodes here, so we only have 3 more episodes left. This is something I probably would have considered, a weekly show on. There's not enough there really for it. There almost is. I'll probably change my mind by the end of this season, but it's good. It's actually a decent show. It's worth something different. It's something different is what it is, and palatable. um well written, like I said, got good production values. It's Disney, of course. And I have to admit, it almost kind of harkens back to, old Disney, like the Disney serials, the TV shows, like what is it, The Legend of Zorro, that they used to have. And what else did Disney have? Disney used to have a bunch of TV shows that they would do in the 50s and the 60s and even into the 70s. And this is actually kind of harkens back to that a bit. And it's kind of a nice little nostalgia. I think that's probably why I like it as well, is you got a little bit of a nostalgia to it as well as being well written and just kind of nicely done. So yes, it is worth your time. Give it a shot. See what you think about it, and you can yell at me later in the comments if you like it or don't like it or whatever, however it is. So that's all I got for you on that. Hey, Mr. Roboto. What else do I have going on this week? Well, tomorrow we're going to find out who wins Gold Loki up here, because we're going to do the Loki contest. That's going to be tomorrow. And so far, I think I only have two people that have signed up, if I remember correctly. Let's take a quick peek. Why not? Huh? Shall we? Sure. Surely. Sorry, I'm going through different things right now, different pages as we're speaking. And of course, everything is slow because I'm streaming. That's what happens. There we go. And we go to Loki. And we see the comments. And we have 2 comments only. That's it. That's right. Only 2 comments. So there you go. Yeah. That's right. It's a gold Loki is what that is. So that's going to be tomorrow is going to be the Loki contest. Thursday, I'll be off. Friday will be another episode of Star Wars The Bad Batch. Saturday will be Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any of the genre stuff you guys want to talk about when we talk about it. Sunday will be another episode of Spoiler Alert, where pretty much it's fair game. It's open season on everything that's out there right now that's out. No sneak previews of stuff or anything like that. Just the stuff that's out there and anything else you guys want to talk about. If you want to talk about past stuff too, we can always talk about that too. Monday I'll be off, and then Tuesday rolls around again to another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time around, it's going to be Masters of the Universe Revelations. That's right, Masters of the Universe Revelations, which comes out this Friday. So, all right. I'm going to let you guys go for the rest of the night. Thank you to everybody who joined me today in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos, my vast video library, pops up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button and the share button as well. Also, if you want to know when I'm be on live again next, hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendefanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. And I also have links to all my social media and all my pages up there as well. All right. Thank you, everyone. I will see you again tomorrow for the contest results. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may find out that falcons are not the best birds of prey in order to use to transmit messages to small children because they might attack those small children. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, wear those masks, get those vaccine shots, and just stay safe out there. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.